Hello everyone. I wanted to let you know the good news. I got into vet school and I graduate undergrad tomorrow. So I figured I would make a video on what my degree was in undergrad, what my major was, and then also what sort of classes I took and when. And I think I'm gonna make a separate video on like what my stats were when applying to vet school. So this video is just gonna be over my major, my degree, and the classes I took during undergrad. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so to start off, I wanna say, if I look down, it's because my laptop is sitting in my lap and I have all of my notes on there and I don't wanna mess up and say the wrong thing. So if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So first of all, I am getting a degree in a bachelor's of science in agriculture, and my major is pre-professional animal science. I'm also not minoring in anything just because there's nothing that really like stuck out to me in the minors, so I just chose not to do one. I took a lot of AP and dual enrollment classes in high school. Some of those transferred over to my college degree. So some of these classes that I took are from high school, but I'll mention those and specify that they're from high school. So first of all, I took AP psychology in high school, and that did transfer over to my degree plan. And then I took college algebra and English Comp 1 and 2 as dual enrollment classes while I was in high school. And then my freshman year of college, for the fall semester, so semester 1, I took a lot of night classes and online classes so that I could work. I actually worked full-time during that first semester, and I took biology with lab as a night class, took trigonometry early in the morning, and then I did American history and public speaking, both of which were online. That was 13 credit hours. Then second semester of freshman year, so the spring semester, I was not working as much because I was taking a little bit more credit hours, but then things got moved online because of COVID, and I was actually able to once again work full time. So I took art history, which at first was just early in the morning, but then got moved online. All of these got moved online, so I'm not gonna say that any longer. But then I took zoology with lab, which was in person about midday. Then I took philosophy, which actually was online even pre-COVID, and Chem 1 with lab, which was a night class, and that was 14 credit hours. Then moving on to sophomore year for first semester, it was all online because of COVID, and therefore I was able to basically work full time. And I took Chem 2 with lab, Physics 1 with lab, which was night class but online, and then calculus, and that was 12 credit hours. I forgot to mention all of this stuff, all of these classes that I mentioned thus far that were not taken during high school, I took them actually at a community college. And then my second semester of sophomore year, I transferred over to a 4-year university. I took microbiology online. Things were now in person again, but I chose to take some classes online still. So I took microbiology online and agricultural microeconomics online. Then physics 2 with lab, that was in person, and intro to animal science lab was also in person, and that was 12 credit hours. Then my junior year for first semester, I took intro to animal science lecture, behaviors of domestic animals, organic chemistry with lab, family relations, and career prep and development. All of those were in person, and it was 14 credit hours. Then second semester of junior year, I took Intro to Animal Evaluation, Animal Evaluation and Handling Lab, Animal Physiology, Companion Animal Management, Organic Chemistry 2 with lab, and Statistics. That was a heavy load that year, that semester. It was 16 credit hours. Then senior year, first semester, I took Animal Parasitology, Animal Nutrition Lecture, Animal Nutrition Lab, Reproductive Physiology, Cow-Calf Management, and Biochemistry. That was 15 credit hours. And this semester, my final semester of senior year, I took Communicating Ag to the Public, Companion Animal Nutrition, Horse Production, Animal Science Capstone, and Genetics, which was 14 credit hours. That's all of the classes that I took during my undergrad career. Once I transferred to the University of Arkansas, the 4-year university, I had to decrease the amount of hours that I worked I work about 20 hours right now, which is about what I've been doing my whole time at the university. So I went from full-time down to part-time at the point that I transferred. But a big thing, it wasn't necessarily that I was taking more credits. I was taking more credits, but that wasn't really the issue. The issue was that I live and work almost an hour away from the University of Arkansas, and it's extremely difficult to work full-time when you're also going to school full-time and you work an hour away from campus. So that was a big change for me because I went from working full-time back down to part-time. But that was my whole undergrad degree. Everything that I took was pretty much required by all vet schools. Some vet schools require like cell biology or molecular biology, but for the schools that I applied to, they did not require that. I think zoology counted in place of it. And so I would just say, as you're preparing, looking into vet schools, definitely meet with your advisor, look into vet schools, see what their requirements are, make sure you're meeting all of the requirements. For me specifically, since I was pre-professional animal science, which basically just means pre-vet, my advisor knew kind of what classes I needed to take to get into vet school. I also, being a part of like the agricultural department, because my degree is Bachelor's of Science in agriculture, a lot of people have come through the program who want to be vets. So a lot of the advisors, a lot of other students know kind of the route that you need to go, and I could heavily rely on them. So I would say you don't have to major in animal science, but I did find it extremely beneficial for me personally because I kind of had professors and advisors and friends who I could like lean to and fall back on if I needed a little bit of help. But once again, it's not a requirement. A lot of people major in animal science probably for the same reason that I did. I had an interest in animal science, and I knew that by going that route, I would have people who obviously could help me along the way. That was just my choice. You don't have to do it though. Major in whatever you are most interested in, but once again, definitely make sure you fulfill all of the requirements that you need to in order to get into vet school. So if you have any questions, I know I kind of rushed through that, but if you have any questions about my degree, my major, any of the classes that I took, feel free to comment down below. But also stay tuned. Now that we know I've got into vet school, I will be making a lot of vet school content. So stay tuned for that.